Right, hi everybody. For about the last 20 odd years, I've been talking about why women should rule the world on the internet. And some women have come back to me and said, well, yeah, but women have no interest in to rule the world. And that's fair enough. I mean, certainly if you look at uh, men and women together, you find that men are more aggressive than women and are more competitive than women. And after all, men do rule the world and have ruled the world for the last 5,000 years. So you can make good case of saying, well, yeah, women are not competitive enough to want to rule the world. But the problem is with that is that women have a very powerful maternal instinct. And the thing is that if women have had no interest in political power, then it's men who make the rules. Women have a strong instinct to not only to give birth, but to look after their children and to care for them and to protect them. And if a woman is poor and powerless, she's not capable of actually protecting her children or looking after them properly. And when men rule the world and dominate the political scene, we find that men have no interest in child care or not much interest in schooling and all the things that women are interested in like, caring for the elderly or caring for the sick or this sort of things, or even caring for animals. So therefore, if women want to follow their maternal instincts, then they cannot be powerless. You cannot be powerless or live in poverty if you want to bring up your children properly. Now, of course, some women say, well, yeah, well, how you get around it by getting hold of a man who has power. But rich men are a bit thin on the ground, really, basically. And even if you do get yourself a rich man, it doesn't necessarily mean that he is going to look after you or look after the children, if others. Women do go after, men that think he is a good provider. But as many women have found out, they tell her boyfriend that she's pregnant and he clears off. And later on, when she tries to come to him for maintenance for the child, he's not interested, and tries to every way he can to get out paying for his own child. And of course, and even if a woman does get hold of a man and he looks up to, and then get married, the most dangerous person she can ever encounter is actually her own husband or her own boyfriend. In Britain itself, I mean, 2 women die every week with violence from their own partners. And I suppose the worldwide is probably a lot higher than that. And of course, I mean, and men do can actually abuse their children as well. So as well as beating up the wife. So it's not really guaranteed that if you stay yourself a man that he's going to actually look after you. I mean, to be fair, there are men who do that. They do look after their children and do look after their wives very well, but it's not a guaranteed path that women, when they do get themselves involved in a man. So that's the whole thing, is that if women want to live in a world that is child friendly, that is to say they live in a world where the children are actually properly looked after, they cannot ignore the political scene. They cannot remain powerless, and they cannot actually put themselves in situations where they are dependent on men for money, or for them to look after them. So anyway, that's the point I'm trying to make anyway, that basically that the idea that women shouldn't try to rule the world because they have no interest in that. Well, they may not have interest in it, but for the sake of their own children, then they have to get involved in the political scene and change the society so it benefits the children as well as women.